2, 3, 4, 500.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Jacob, are you fucking ready?
Oh man, I'm ready. Give it to me.
All right. So Jesse got both barrels, and then William got both barrels, and then Tanis has gotten both barrels at least twice. So Jacob, you're getting like a very refined, very well thought out version of why Darling in the Franxx is a piece of hot fucking garbage.
All right.
So
cool.
let me start out with this.
Bigger. I want to see.
Up until the last 3 episodes, okay, it's an 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Like, sure, I don't necessarily agree with what they do to the kids. I don't agree with the memory erasing bullshit. You know, they fucking take Kokoro and Mitsuru away. They fucking erase their memories about the wedding. For what? What danger is she possibly posing? Like, they're not like, and they didn't even go through the effort of ejecting the fetus, like, or aborting her. Like, okay, so she can't be a Franxx pilot anyways, so why erase her memories? What danger is she fucking posing to? Well, I guess they didn't know that at that point, so never mind, or forget I just said that. So up until the last 3 episodes, which by the way are thrown together and fucking duct taped as shit and barely fucking hold.
Wait, Evan, pause.
I'm pausing. Why? I'm on a roll.
The picture
Yeah,
you
don't
just
make
posted.
Of what?
Irene's of your secret waifu.
Okay, what about her?
Irene has some notes.
Oh my god. I'm all right.
Oh, wait until
Her
after
boobs-
his
Her
thing.
boobs need to be bigger. That's it.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Ow!
Sorry.
That was way better than
Yeah,
I was
me
expecting.
too. I was like ready to get my fucking character torn apart.
They cut the bottom of her boobs off. Like,
Okay, so
they should still be there.
so Jacob, you've seen Gurren Lagann, you've seen some Gundams,
That's
yeah?
one I've seen.
So
Yeah.
when you look at a mech anime, when you look, oh, what Gundams have you seen? Have you seen 00?
Yeah. I remember I watched the movie with you after
Oh,
everything
that's
else.
right. We watched Setsuna turn into a space telephone for aliens.
Right.
So okay, so in a Gundam series, when a Gundam pilot like Hiro Yui has a big beam rifle attack, which by the way, that's all Streltsy Apis can do, is it just has a big beam rifle attack. Nothing else. It has no redeeming qualities other than it has 4 legs and it has a big horn that shoots a laser beam out of it. It doesn't have any cool like funnels. It doesn't have any cool like fucking melee attacks. It's just a big laser beam. That's all it can fucking do. And then you compare it to like a Gundam where you'll have Hiro Yui, fucking Wing Zero flying around, shooting it in jet mode, by the way, because Wing Zero can transform just like Streltsy can. Wing Zero can transform into a jet mode and a fucking like humanoid form. So Wing Zero's flying around blowing up lines of mechs with his big beam cannon, and then he switches into humanoid mode, whips out his beam saber, and fucking kicks dudes in the dick. All right, cool. When's Streltsy Apis gonna do that? It's not. It's just gonna sit there and fire its horn lasers. Wow, what an amazing mech design! And then, oh, speaking of mech designs, let's fucking talk about the mech designs when the fucking Franxx go into space. Oh my god, what an amazing lazy piece of garbage fucking design that was. Let's just bolt some extra armor pieces onto it and put some jets on them. Like, oh, they're ready for space. What the fuck? Oh, and by the way, the Klaxosaurs left that for us because they know how our fucking mechs are designed. But the mechs are based off of Klaxosaurs. Oh, there's some more bullshit with that too. The Klaxosaurs are actually the good guys this whole time. Cool. And then aliens come out of nowhere. Cool. What the fuck? Like, okay.
I know. And also, the aliens were clearly just the anti-spirals.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
But lamer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, ugh.
And possibly more offensive.
Oh, and by
I
the
don't
way,
know.
at the end
Anyways.
of the anime, bad guy doesn't even get defeated. The anti-spirals or fucking Verm or whatever they're called, still there. Like the fucking 02 and Hero sacrifice themselves. They spend like what 300 days or whatever trekking across the fucking universe to detonate this bomb on their home planet, just to have Verm like show up in a fucking shot and be like, "Oh yeah, we're still around. We'll just come and kill you guys at a later date when we gather our strength." Like, what the fuck? Don't I feel like a goddamn fool for getting so upset? Like, oh, something bad's gonna happen to 02. I'm so sad. I don't want anything bad to happen to 02. No, aren't I a fucking goddamn fool for thinking like, let's talk about 02 for a second, okay? So like, just before the last 3 episodes, they go through the whole fucking rigmarole once again for like the 14th time, where Hero has to talk 02 into being in love with him, and then at the beginning of the last 3 episodes, she's like, I'm gonna download my brain into Streltsy Apis. not even thinking the fact, and fucking give some bullshit excuse like, oh, I want Hero, I want you to remain human, stay away from me. Not even considering the fact that he's drank in her blood and he's become half fucking Calaxosaur at this point. So he's not human anymore. He's literally growing fucking horns. He's not human anymore. So where the fuck do you get off saying shit like, oh, I want him to stay human. I love him so much. I want him to stay human. I want him to stay with his friends. No, goddammit, he loves you more than anything. You love him more than anything. Why the fuck are you being so fucking difficult and once again splitting hairs just so that the story can have another confrontation, so that Hero can have an excuse to go into space and drive his fucking big Gundam, when all you had to do was be like, oh, the enemies are in space, let's just fly up there and fight them. No, we have to have some fucking trite bullshit fucking manufactured fucking like conflict that doesn't need to be there, that doesn't make any sense that it's there, because Zero Two at this point has gotten over all of her like uncomfortable bullshit because she has Hero. She's discovered that Hero is the darling from her childhood. So they're like connected at the hip. They're so deeply in love, which I appreciate. Like, I've been burning this fucking anime at the stake for the last like 5 minutes. But let me say one thing. I do appreciate the messages that it's trying to send across. I don't know what Jacob interpreted it as, but for me, it's like, it's about being an optimal human. It's about loving the people in your life, and it's about like, you know, being a good person to the one you love and having that person be a good back to you. I respect the shit out of that. I respect the shit out of
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a good
Like,
message.
I
Right,
want love.
right.
Like, I want to spread love. I want happiness. I want my friends to smile more. I want everybody to smile more. Like, that's great. I'm happy about that. But like, when your last 3 episodes are fucking hot goddamn garbage and take your anime from a 7.5 to 8 to like a 3 or a 4, like that message gets lost under so much fucking garbage. Where like, oh, the humans are back on Earth and they're like plowing the fields and like planting plants. I'm like, oh, the plants died. Oh, that sucks. Oh, because we sucked so much fucking molten energy out of the planet that the Earth itself is dead. Oh, but there's that whole garden thing back from the original plantation that still has like regular soil in it, so we can somehow Deus Ex Machina that shit to like use that to grow more crops so that we can eat. But by the way, even before we were doing that, we were almost out of food, and it took us like 3 months to get out there to get that food anyways. Oh, okay, cool. But let's just ignore that. Let's just fucking ignore that. Let's just say all of that's okay. Let's talk about the combat. Let's talk about the bullshit garbage combat at the end of the series, where fucking Streltsy Apis, the big dick mech, the super apex mech of the series, just sits there and fires laser beams over and over. Oh, but Evan, she gets pierced by the one spear and then she takes it. But then what does she do with it? She just thrusts the spear back. She doesn't do any like cool flourish. She doesn't do anything fucking cool with it. She just does a fucking piercing thrust back, which doesn't even do shit. And then like, okay, so another conflict, another manufactured bullshit conflict right at the end of the series. Oh, well, we're the Verm. We can touch your mind. We can't download it as we please, but we can touch your mind. We're gonna disconnect Hero and Zero Two. Oh, but then guess what? The body. Oh, I haven't even touched on that. Why didn't Hero bring the body with him into space? Because if he's going to save Zero Two, wouldn't he want, like, having the knowledge that Zero Two's brain is downloaded in the mech? Why wouldn't he want to bring the body with him and be like, hey, let me download Zero Two's brain back into her fucking body so we can be together and be happy? No, he's like, let me leave it on Earth. Because it needs there's another Deus Ex Machina. It needs to be on Earth so that the power of friendship, what an anime trope, can fucking save the goddamn day in Deep Space fucking Nine when they're millions and billions of miles away from Earth. They took a warp gate. That took them who knows how many miles to the edge of the solar system. And then they traveled for like 300 days. And then everybody's like, fucking, what is the song from fucking the Grinch who stole Christmas? All the little fucking mini-me's down at the fucking town are all joining hands together.
They held hands and sang, basically.
Yeah, they held hands and sang. They held hands and sung.
Yahoo
That's
Doris.
it. That's it,
Yeah.
Jacob. Say that like 3 times in a row for me. Ready, go.
Yahoo
Thank
Doris.
you. They do
Yahoo
that. They
Doris.
fucking sing. They all join hands and they all say how great they're back on Earth and how they want Zero Two and Hero to come back, and everybody's just, oh, they're just so gosh darn doing good. There's no conflict, which makes sense because all of these children have only known conflict for their entire lives. So it makes sense that at least the first generation or two of new humans that populate the planet won't be fighting with each other. But like when you get to generation like 3 and 4, they're gonna like not care about what their parents said or what their parents did, and they're gonna start fighting again. So human cycle is just gonna repeat itself again. And then Zero Two, okay, so let me get back to the whole Zero Two bullshit. So he doesn't bring the body with so that everybody can join hands and sing their fucking little song and get Hero to reconnect with Zero Two, because the power of fucking friendship, like, ugh! And the whole core of this, the whole fucking core of this fury and unbridled fucking rage comes from the fact that I put this anime up on a goddamn pedestal in my head because of who made it, because of fucking Trigger, because fucking Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Little Witch Academia, Ninja Slayer, what's the other one called? Space Patrol Luluko. All of those shows, great shows, all unique, all like, you know, contributions to anime as a whole. Like Jacob, the other day you said anime was a super inbred, like,
art style.
It's the super inbred art style where there's a lot of repetitiveness, there's a lot of tropes, there's a lot of like, you know, repeating factors that come up over and over and over. But Trigger seems to continuously break out of the mold, even if it's to do something stupid like having a sailor uniform talk back to its fucking wearer. Like, okay, that's something like unique that Trigger does. But then you get to Darling in the Franxx, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, Darling in the Franxx is just Gurren Lagann." I'm like, "Ooh!" After I watched the show, I about fucking slapped him because I'm like, "How dare you fucking compare Darling in the Franxx to fucking Gurren Lagann?" Like, the only comparison that there's there is that it's a mech inside of a mech.
Well, a watered down version. I mean, they go to space and they get like big giant robot stuff, but
cool.
That's about
but
it.
Think about the giant space robots from Gurren Lagann versus the awesome, amazing space Franxx from fucking Darling in the Franxx. Like, they don't even compare. Like, think about Kitamura. No, that's not his name. Is that his name? The leader of the siblings. He drives the big star mech, the yellow one. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Kitama,
Yeah,
I think
so
it
his
is, yeah.
fucking awesome scene where he gets to do the Giga Drill Breaker and he accesses his Spyro energy and you feel like legit sorrow when everyone in here whatever, William's seen enough. Everyone in here's seen Gurren Lagann, so I can pop off even harder. Fucking you feel true sorrow when fucking when Kamina dies. You feel so bad for Simone when Nia disappears at the end of the series and he becomes like a wandering fucking hermit. And then it's like, what am I supposed to feel for 02 and Hero? Like, they just basically just fucking bull rushed their way into their enemy planet, detonated the bomb, killed themselves in the process, didn't even defeat the enemy, and then what? They get to eternally spend their, like, have their spirits intertwined and, like, float through space, and then be reincarnated. Like, the implications is that they're, reincarnated back on Earth so they can fall in love all over again, right? In that generation where Earth is going to start warring with itself again, and the Verm's going to come back and just fucking fuck everything up again anyways? Like, what the fuck is the point of Darling in the Franxx? Yes.
Evan, I appreciate you. That was beautiful. I love you.
I don't understand what, like, the point of Gurren Lagann is to push yourself, is to turn the drill that 1/4 turn more every single day to get stronger and stronger and stronger and break your limits. The point of Kill la Kill is to not be embarrassed about who you are and to accept who you are and to wear skimpy clothing that show off your naughty bits.
And to transform into even more skimpier clothing.
So I paused there for laughter and no one laughed. Fuck you guys.
I was going... Well, I gave a thumbs up on the stream, but it occurs to me that you're not watching the stream.
So, like, and you know, Little Witch Academia, haven't seen the whole series, but I've seen enough in it to know that the series... Oh, here's another thing about Gurren Lagann. No, God, I'm so sorry. About Darling in the Franxx. It takes itself so fucking seriously. It takes its storyline so fucking seriously.
Yes.
We're supposed to be super upset about these children and the sorrows that they suffer. And, like, they do suffer some legit bullshit that show, like, in a way, that show succeeded in continuing to fuck its viewer all the way up to the end with that garbage fucking ending. Like, good job, Darling in the Franxx, for pulling the rug out for me one more time just to shit on my goddamn face and be like, look at this garbage fucking ending that we literally probably just made up in 20 minutes. This show would have benefited from one more episode. If it had one more episode where they could flesh out more fight scene, where they could flesh out more of the life on Earth, where they could flesh out, like, a few other things, like, the show would have been so much better. But no, they crammed so much bullshit into the last 3 episodes that it's just hot garbage. Oh, and did I mention recycled scenes? Did I mention recycled fucking animations? Don't even get me started on that. That's my biggest fucking pet peeve with animation. Like, okay, back in the day, like, back during, like, Fist of the North Star and, like, and Speed Racer, like, animations like that, I understand. Your budget's low. The series hasn't taken off. I understand when you have to recycle scenes. But when you're a AAA fucking, when you're a AAA production studio and you're recycling scenes in your goddamn show, go fucking die.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh.
that was a preview of Why don't you believe me when I tell you this anime is good? A Vulgarians podcast.
No, why don't you believe me when I tell you this anime is
Evan.
fucking garbage because it is. God. Yes,
Love-
Jacob.
He's in one.
Uh,
Jacob,
You've
Jacob,
given me so
did
much
you-
faith
did
in
you
your
record that? Are
podcast.
you recording this? Can you?
I have recorded every bit
Okay,
of
good.
that.
That needs to make it onto YouTube.
I know,
Okay,
right?
so at
It
the
will.
end of this YouTube video, if you cut this out, I'm to fucking strangle you with my pubic hair. So let me fucking clarify something. Let me fucking clarify something.
Okay.
I've been up for. Let's see, oh God, Morty. I've been up for. Let's see. God, I got up at 4 yesterday. It's midnight now. Oh God, I can't do math right now. That's 8 hours. So 24 plus 8. Oh God, that's 32. I've been up for 32 hours.
32.
I also got shit faced. Don't tell anybody. I got fucking shit faced at the concert. Oh Morty. Oh my God, I'm really fucked up in the head right now. But I was able to cleanly, fucking deliver that fucking rant. Oh my God, Morty, did you see how magical that was?
Evan's pubic hair does not have the tensile strength to choke you.
Says you.
So there is no threat.
It's like fucking steel wool. Like, fuck you. You haven't seen my goddamn pubic hair.
Evan, I agree mostly with you. In fact, I think I agree entirely with you.
You're saying if you cut this out, I'll choke you with my pubic hair?
Except for that pubic hair part, I don't agree with you on that. But all the stuff you said about...
Unnecessary.